Welcome back to another battle report. This time it's some Germans versus my Airborne Soviets. Konflikt 47, 1250 points, and playing the last of the Bolt Action Alliance missions that we haven't played, Fog of War. The mission overall, it's a 5 objective mission. The center one being worth 2 points, but the weird thing, if you may notice, it's a L-shaped deployment. My opponent's list. He's pretty much got his list dialed in. He's open, it'll still have some changes, but it'll really be based on his experience on the games and what his opponents are bringing. But I think he's pretty much got it dialed in at this point. Me, on the other hand, I'm still all over the place. This time I added in this is a Soviet, the Airborne platoon, so you don't get the free squad, but you get more, artillery support. I do have the 4 airborne squads, all with tough fighters, and some Daughters of the Motherland being my main infantry, and then just a ton of support. So we'll see how that pans out. And setup. So the woods we treat it as our normal light cover, and you can't see through them unless you're in it. The lakes are frozen in the sense of you don't provide any cover, but it's just difficult terrain to run through. And then all the buildings are heavy cover. And just say another view of the building. On the table 1, or turn 1. So you can see here the L-shaped deployment. So I have one objective. I'm kind of stacking some troops up again. Here's my, the more secure objective, the point of the L, or the elbow of the L, I guess. So this will be more of the slower stuff, and then I have deployed some troops back here, and you see he's pretty much done a line, so he didn't worry too much about getting up this way, and is mainly just focused on rushing the middle. My left flank, we've already started fires. You can see my count as this 3. I think this is a regiment gun. Taking some hits already. Along with my right flank already, he's stacking in. So he got some early pulls, but yeah, he was able to really rack up some pins. And yeah, my side, so mortar here, didn't do much. And at this point I'm trying to move, while these are engaged, move this up. And at this point we're kind of just trading shots. I haven't, neither one of my artillery pieces hit anything, although in hindsight, not playing, good thing you try out new missions and things. Definitely deployed my artillery pieces a little closer than I would have liked. Hindsight, they probably would have been, one down here maybe, or down in this area, and then one kind of on the other side of the this big church type building. So I'd had artillery coverage for direct fire, but not nearly as close that you can immediately start getting hit with small arms fire. The squad here, so yeah, he brings, he deployed after me, so he was able to line his tank up and everything, so he's able to bring it in, and I realized I'm not gonna, SMG troops aren't gonna do much against his tank, so at this point I sweep him over to the right, so we're gonna try to capture this objective. I've pretty much all but given up this objective down here. I just, he's got a tank, so if nothing else, he can push me off of this objective just by that, and then not worry about it and send everything else towards the middle. Just another view, yeah. So you can see at this point that, yeah, so there's a ton of pins stacked up on this my MMG team already. Yeah, and you can see him moving towards the middle. Yep, so here we go. You see him really stack up the center objective here. Yeah, and you can see at this point, both my pieces here are taking fire. Yeah, so I definitely deployed on this flank poorly. I was happy that I was like, oh yeah, I can throw stuff all the way up here, and yeah, really shouldn't have. I should have at furthest put him, up to the wall. That's what he did. This is his pack, his artillery piece. He's getting something built up for it, but yeah, he's got it under cover, all this nice stuff. Here I am just throwing it out in the open. Yeah, and I paid. So yeah, here's him starting to move to the right. So he's making the same kind of assumption I am. He's assuming my left, his right is secure. So now you can see him starting moving here, and yeah, he just popped. For good measure, just popped my observer onto 2. Yep. So he moves the squad in. We didn't fit all the models in here. Didn't feel like popping the roof off and all that. But yeah, one of his heavy infantry are in here. And then I promptly send in my SMG airborne guys to take him out. And lost 5 in the process. So good news is I did kill 5 of his. Unfortunately, this was a squad of 6 he had. So it was a draw, so I bounced. Yeah, and you can see here my objective's wide open now. The MMG team is peeled off, and yeah, I've already suffered. I don't have get some better markers, but yeah, I've already lost 2 of my artillery down here. And you see he already has a squad just waiting to move in. Yep, just a shot of my right side. So yeah, they're taking a beating, but they're doing okay. They're at least holding in there. Same with the artillery piece. They're you're getting shot, but that gun shield is they're getting their money's worth out of it this time. Action shot at the commissar, providing his motivation. And then yep, so you can see here, another action shot, but LT, he's got his center objective, moving the troops up. So the idea being is, anti-tank rifles is going to pop shots off where he can. LT's slowly going to be moving up along with his support squad. And then just the standoff of one lone heavy German heavy infantry versus some airborne SMG troops. And then reinforcements arrived. So yeah, I had 2 units in reinforcements, another SMG squad, and a Daughters of the Motherland squad. So yeah, spoiler, I may have used them improperly, but the idea being is you can rush a center. I was foolishly had them out here. Not as much because they were kind of focused in here, but yeah, I should have definitely had them more in the middle to just help push in. Yep, and with the left flank, I didn't picture it because there's really nothing particularly explosive about it. Left flank generally dealt with. He starts moving his tank in to help counter anybody that moves into here. And LT, he moves out, but yeah, he gets dealt with. Turn 3. So yeah, he moves out, starts firing in to engage, at least put some shots on here. And then, yeah, so I move Daughters of the Motherlands out. Fire off, managed to hit I got greedy with the Panzerfaust, fired off one, fired both off, managed to hit with one, and then promptly didn't do anything. I believe I rolled a 1. Shot them a couple times, but for my pain and suffering, they are lit up. I believe they did a firefight, and maybe the artillery piece hit them. It was just something, a lot. A lot happened. So yeah, I definitely should have just, realistically, they're tough and all this, I should have sent them into the building. Oh well, lesson learned. And here, yeah, I pay for the move through the open, so he redirects fire. Actually, he finishes them off early, pins them a ton, so he directs his other squad to just light my guys out in the open. You see, I moved here. He did I believe jump a guy in here, or have a guy hidden, so he's the closest. So he's not. So even though I assault and didn't do anything, I believe he then moves a guy in later or something to so he's not instantly killed. Yeah, just a close up of yeah. So here's him moving towards my objectives. Yeah, he's currently still holding this one. So yeah, it's not going good for the Russians right now. Yeah, just another more encircling. So yeah, it's just going bad to worse for the Daughters. Yeah, so I definitely, it's one of those, just keep them, I know you just can't run your troops out in the open, but it's one of those, just miscalculated the odds, going, okay, yeah, I can fire off, hit this with the Panzerfaust, finish this squad off, forgetting that, he gets reactions and such to where you know it's not things don't go as smoothly as you intend. Brings us on to 4. So yeah, he pulls his squad out, I believe. Yep. So then I bring them in. So I at least capture the center objective. He moves his count as artillery piece. He moves the artillerymen forward to capture that objective. Thankfully, the daughters at this point, so they were shot up a bunch, but now they decide to, these are the ones that decided to actually wear their body armor, so they keep sticking around at this point, even though they get shot up by a ton of things. And then my right flank, so yeah, I'm out. And the squad's down to 3. They're gone. Commissar's here. This is being held on by an anti-tank squad. So yeah, not looking great. Then he moves his transport up to finish the job. Luckily, my guy goes down. He still gets a decent number of hits, but I don't get finished or finish that squad off. So on that note, it is a Soviet win ish. Mainly entirely due to time. So I was able to capture the center objective and one of mine, and he held on to 2. The one in his my far left corner, and he ends up taking the one with the commissar. So yeah, it turns out he didn't kill the commissar. He had his, I think, squad on ambush there, and I just didn't run up there because I knew they were going to get gunned down. So yeah, he ended up being a 3-2 win, Soviet favor, but entirely due to time because we kind of played through it while we were packing up, and yeah, he was just going to smoke me. He was going to clear the center objective, and he was actually going to not only take the one, keep the one with the commissar up in the top right, but very likely to have cleared me off of the bottom one. So it would have been like from an objective standpoint, like a complete massacre. It was still good good time, great opponent, and I had a lot of fun. But yeah, this was definitely, I think, a lot of errors on my part as far as deployment and yeah, just deployment and how I utilized some units, and he was able to capitalize on it. But mainly, like I said, it was entirely down to time. So so technically, yeah, Soviet win, but only because we played with 4 turns, not 6. And but I'll take it. Thanks for watching.